Hello, let's do a bunch of daily word games. We're starting with the Dordle, and Toasted Turtles suggested in the comments that I start with shout and ready. And do leave your suggestions in the comments if you want starting words. All right. This left word is interesting to me. The right word's interesting too, but let's start with the left word. So could it be D-R-A-U? I don't know of any words that do that. So the other option is, I think, would be, the most likely option would be A-U-D. So something R-A-U-D. Like fraud. I think that's probably it. It is. Okay, and so this right word has a Y, but not at the end, which is unusual. Though it does happen, obviously. So what letter goes second, right? It's either the letter we don't have or it's a Y, because it's not H, E, or R. So let's look at the Y going second. And then what? Something ER? But there's an H. Okay, well, if it wasn't the Y, then we'd have... I don't know, is it an ER word or is it something else? The R certainly isn't first or second. That's weird. Like Y-H-E-R or Y-R-E-H doesn't make any sense. Y-H-E-R feels the most likely, or H-Y something E-R. Or maybe H-Y-R-E. I don't know, it doesn't feel like I can pair anything up with that H. Like it's gotta go on its own, because it doesn't go second. And what would I start with in that case? Not with the R, so I'd start with the Y or the E. If Y was at the start, we'd have to put the new letter second. And then do H-E-R or R-E-H, I guess. H-E-R seems more likely. I can't think of any other order for those letters that would make sense. So I don't think Y is at the start. H could be at the start, and then our second letter could be the new letter, and then we could do like Y-E-R. But what would that new letter be after the H? Or it could be like I was going to say E-Y-R, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Or Y-R-E could work. But it feels the same as Y-E-R in terms of what could go second. Wow. This is a stumper. How about starting with E? Y, H, I don't know, E-Y-R? No. Okay, again, if I started with some letter that we haven't found yet, then the only option for the second letter is Y. And then we got to use H, E, and R in some order. None of these make sense to me. So then we start with one of these letters then. We don't start with R, so the options are E, Y, or sorry, A, H, or Y. H feels like the most likely. And then we could either put a Y second, or we could put the new letter second. And then we've got Y, E, and R to put in some order. But Y can't go at the end, so we're kind of limited. What could the second letter be if not a Y? It could be an I. So H-I-R-Y-E, or Y-R-E, or Y-E-R. Those are basically the options. Otherwise, I don't actually know. I think it would have to be the Y. I mean, there's like hydro and hydra, but I don't think there's hydri or hyder or hyred or hyrdy. Like, these are the options. Okay. So it can't start with a new letter. It can't start with a y, an H. Could it start with a Y? So if it started with Y, our second letter would have to be a new letter. And then we'd have like HER or REH or something like that, some order of these. So what comes after the Y? It would have to be an I. Because I don't think you can put a consonant after the Y. Not when it starts the word. So a Y-I, yire, yiher, no. I'm trying to log this out and it doesn't feel like it's a word at all, or it's a word I don't know. I'd hate to do a filler here because like we have so much information, but I would like, okay, if I did do a filler, I would like to know whether Y is second. And I would like a bunch of new letters to see what the fifth letter of the word is. So something like pygmy would actually do a decent job of that. I can't think of a word that has Y second. Otherwise, that uses other letters. So just for the sake of time, I am going to guess pygmy. And that'll at least reduce what the option for the second letter is here. It doesn't help with finding out if we start with E or Y or H, but the other option is doing something like hydra. Okay, yeah, I think doing something like hydra might be better because it still tests the Y second. The D is a bit useless, but it tests the R fourth. So yeah, let's do that. Test the H first. Okay, that was definitely useful. So we know for sure we start with HY. I thought I looked at this. The R is first or last. High something is most likely to me. Like hyper. Oh, just hyper. So pygmy would have helped too, but I think hydra helped more. How did I not think of hyper? I think did I look at that case well enough? Maybe not. I'd have to go back and look at my video. But yeah, okay, so hyper was difficult for me. Maybe it shouldn't have been, but it was with the letters I had. Let's do the Quordle, and we'll start with fraud hyper. Okay, this top left word is F something A something R. So something like flare. Honestly, I think that might be the only option. So let's do it. Yeah. There's just an E in the second word, which is wonderful. This one ends in ER. Lots of words end in ER. It's probably an OER trap word. So let's think about the OER trap word and target some letters that would be common there. So like the W, K, and V. Why can't I ever think of a WKV word? I'm thinking about doing woken. Just to test that O second, get the K, get the W. N is also very useful for the other words, and even maybe that word. Okay, oh, there is an O, but it is not second, so I don't need to worry about the standard O-E-R trap. This is W-R. Okay, this was useful for all the words. So it's W-R-I. It's not right. I don't actually know what this is. Oh, wrist. Yeah. Oh, and we got the TR here, so it is something like... Oh no, sorry, we already have an R. Never mind, we just got a T. That makes more sense. It's other. No, there's no H. Okay, can it be OER like this? Like TOER or T something OER? I don't think so. So I think it starts with O. And then we probably do the T. Oh, it's otter. Not other, it's otter. Yeah, the enel. All right. This top right word, we just have the K, an O and an E, and we don't know where they go. We have the C available, so I wonder if it ends in like OCK or something, or what would that be like though, with an E? Ooh, I'm thinking about evoke now. It is evoke. Okay, cool. Very nice. Yeah, not too hard on this one. I think this was a pretty standard Quordle. We are going to do the Octordle, but I need to figure out what I'm going to start with. I think I'll start with Flare Evoke. That should be interesting. Let's do that. Flare Evoke. Okay. This one is something AIVE. So is it wave? Oops. No. So there's a different word that does that. Darn, I thought it was only wave. Okay, I'm going to have to hold off on that because I don't know what it is. And I don't want to get it wrong again. How about this bottom right word here? F. I'm thinking it's F something IRK, although it could be FRI. I mean, I don't think frick. It wouldn't be frick, no. That's not even a word, apparently. But I don't know what goes after that F, other than R. So maybe it is FRI something K. Frink. Why can't I think of words today? Okay, I'll come back to that too, because I can't think of it. We'll just do a filler then. Punch looks pretty good. Or stump. I like stump. There's an S. Oh, it's frisk. Okay. Slush on the bottom left there. That was nice. Still no letter for the Ave word here, which I still can't think of. Okay. WA. Oh, this is just watch. We avoided the atch trap. This ends in ACK. I don't think I have a double consonant left to put before ACK. I could repeat the C, but that doesn't really help. So I think it might start with an A as well. But I don't know what... Darn, I'm getting stumped on a lot of these. Okay, over here, I think this word is tithe. It's not lithe, so yeah. This word just has an E in it somewhere. Maybe more than one, probably more than one. Oh, like beady? No, that beady is with an A. But is there something like that? Beanie. I don't know. Oh, come on. Why can't I get any of these words? Sorry about my heat in the background there. It doesn't usually stay on very long, so we'll just deal with it. All right. Well, for this word, I'm going to need something. I do feel like it's probably like an E-ny word, but I don't know what to start with. Do I even have room for like fillers right now? I've got 4 words left, and I've got 5 guesses. So if I want to do a filler, it should probably be now. Here, let's think about this word here. This C-A-C-A-L maybe? Or A-L... No, it can't be A-L-C-Y, interestingly. L-A-C would be possible. I don't know why. I like C-A-L the best, but I don't know what that would be. And ending in Y just feels right for this word as well. Honestly, badly wouldn't be a bad filler. Badly? I'll keep that in mind. I'll probably forget immediately, but... If only I could think of what... This word is just missing 1 letter, but... Like, okay, let's just look at our options. Cave, Yave, Dave, Gave, Jave, Zave, Exave, Bave, Knave. Apparently naive. There we go. Okay, so we got an N. Ooh, and this word starts with N. That's probably helpful. So it's needy. That's helpful. Okay, so this does not have a Y or a D. So badly would have helped this, but not this. This is still just ACK. A back. Oh, and that helped this so much. Okay. B-A-C? Back. Cabal. Wow, that's a word. Got it. With 1 guess remaining. Very nice. Okay. So, let's move on to the Polygonle here. My heat's still on, but you'll deal. I don't want to be cold. So, let's see. We have an 8-letter word. These 2 repeat next to each other, and then these 2 repeat. So if I did something like ing, then that would put an N here. And I want a double O or a double E here. I like something like moonling. Not a word, though. Make sure we're in Hexpert. We are. Okay. Ting would work, too. Double O. Boonting. Runeting. Is there really nothing? Oops. Soon. Seen. This is seemingly difficult. Ween? Weenling, Weenting, Weensing. I'm weensing at this solve. Moon. There we go, the heat's off. Told you it didn't take that long. Moonbing. Okay, maybe not ing. Let's look at ER. That's an E. It could also be S or D there, so we'll keep that in mind. So this would be a double consonant. There's a lot of them. An F seems to actually show up a lot more than I expect. So like something like affector. Affected. I like affected a lot. Okay. I don't like it as much anymore. No, I still like it. It's just, it wasn't the answer. Okay, it gave us some info. We know there's a T here, which actually can help us, and it doesn't have an E in this repeated slot, and E doesn't repeat at all. So E is either first, or I think it's last probably, or it's before this T. But E loves to be at the end of words. And then there's a C. C could double up. What if this was double O, though? COO? I'm not seeing I'm not seeing things. What if it was COO with an E here? Ku. This doesn't look good. I think it's probably a double consonant. It's always annoying to finally find a hexpert or a word that works and then not being able to follow up because it didn't give enough info. Because now we're even more restricted on what we can actually guess. So what if this was like an I? Yeah, that's not a word. Akisti. I don't think the C is here. So where is the C? Maybe at the start? And then we do double O, right? So cool. I've been here before. Cool. Coon. Cool. Coop. I don't know. I think I have to do a filler. I can't think of it. So what do we want to do here? I want to... How about something like cooperate? Ugh, cooperate doesn't fit. I want to test C at the start, and I want to test double O. But I guess what if I did something like that did CO here, just to see if either of them were here. I'd like to know what the other double letter is as well. I'd like to get the other vowels. I'm basically just stating goals. I don't have to fill all of them, but I am stating my goals. So what about soccer? Can you be... I don't know. I don't know how to finish that. Oculus. That doesn't fit either. Occupied. Ooh, that ed at the end is useless, but I think I might go with this just for info. Occupies. I can get the S at the end. That was actually surprisingly helpful. Okay, so the C is not repeated. I think we end in optic then. There's an E. That would be forced there. And then... Oh no, it would have to be iptic. No, there's no O anyway. Ecliptic. No, it can't be. I might guess ecliptic though, just to get info. No, we can't. Darn, that looked so good, but... I tested the E in the same spot. I mean, I knew I did that, but... Oh, elliptic. It's a double letter here. Ah. I was trying to put two different letters there because I was forgetting the clues. Elliptic works, though. That's great. Okay. Like an ellipse. Now, I have heard through the grapevine that today's Symble's difficult, but are symbols really all that hard? Let's see. Now, they can be difficult, but let's see. I'm going to start with Blaze, as I usually do. All right, I'm going to test the L and the E in place. So something like... SL ending in E, like slope. Okay, so probably I got greens there. But maybe not. What can I put before the L? It could be another vowel. I mean, elope would have been an interesting guess. Can't do it anymore. So what goes between the L and the P? L-U-P-E could be okay. L-I-P-E could be okay. I don't know about Y-P-E. Floop, kloop, gloop, glipe, clipe, flipe. So one option is the E and L are switched. So let's just take a look at that. And then we would probably end in, I don't know, OE or SE would be the options. OE or SE. SE might be better. So dense. Well, that's an interesting result. Ah, I understand the result now. So I think what has happened here is that yellow is green. Yellow is yellow and green is gray. So let's look at this again and say, what is the common letter I used in all three guesses? Oh, why did I do dense? Like, that wasn't even possible. I didn't use the L. Well, either way, I have figured out that issue. So that actually helped. My mistake helped. So we start with E, and then there's something that we haven't tried yet. And then there's a common letter between these two here, which actually is only the L, because it can't be the E again. And then this letter is something in Blaze that we haven't used again. So not the E or the L, it's probably the A. And then some letter we haven't tried yet. There we go. So what is it? Eclat. Eclat? That word? Okay. Got it in 4, that's my par. I can see why this would be a struggle. If you use the Blaze start, I mean, it's a little bit tricky. Especially if you use the same strategy as me. But if you mess up and type dense third, then it's nice and easy. All right. I'd like to say that that was a big head strategy, but actually I just sort of stumbled through the solve and got through it anyway because I've done 500 of these. Let's see how many exactly. I've done almost 600 of these, 593, so that helps. Cool. Well, yeah, that's definitely an interesting word. I really pretty much only know the word because it comes up in these variants sometimes. Do I remember what it means? No, I don't think I could confidently state what eclat means, or even if that's how you pronounce it. But there we go. Nice. I can see why some would struggle. Okay, now we're going to finish up with this Fusele. We're going to get a lie. We're going to start with eclat. Okay. So we're forced to test that E anyway, so we might as well also test an L. Let's do something like flesh. Okay, so we place the E here. This L is obviously the lie for 2 reasons, so that's good. So we know the lie, so we know C, A, and T are not in the word. This will only give us greens, so we may as well put the E here because we're not going to get any info from that slot anyway. So we can go for the answer. Something like spec. Nice. SPE. And then spent. Okay. SPEN. Spend. There we go. All greens. Oh, not all greens. We got a liar green with a real yellow, and we got a yellow there. But the ending here was pretty funny. There are only a few things it could have been, I think. Well, after the SPE. Obviously here there could have been a ton of things, and I got lucky. But all right. Blind Fusele also starts with a lie, and we're going to start with spend. That S is probably the lie. We can test it, though. Let's do... I want to do spray, but I can't use the Y in this guess, because it's locked out. Can't use any of these letters, the red ones. Spoil, because my initial guess was spoiled in terms of not being able to do spray. Okay, so there is no S. The S was the lie. There is an O here. So that's all we know. Can't do blood or troop. How about frown? I don't know why, but I want to do frown. Okay, nothing from frown, but this would only give us greens. We didn't get yellows, so we still have to try those letters elsewhere. How about... Actually, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about OCK, but I don't know what to put before it, because we don't have R's or L's. Well, we might have an R, but it's not second, and that's the important thing. Oh, we have to repeat a letter, so we could do... I could do croc just to see if there's an R elsewhere in the word. I think that's not a terrible idea, and I have to repeat something. Okay, there's no R in the word at all. There's no C. There's no K. Wow, okay. I'm going to do... Let's see, alphabetically. I don't know if sus might be bad because we know there's no R, and in many of these places we know there's no R or S. So I think sus will not be good. Why don't we just go for a word then that we think is the answer? We're actually kind of getting limited. It could be a double O word, but I don't know. Like Mooney or something, or I don't think Mooney would be a word. Or it could be OU something, OUT. The problem is double consonant at the start isn't happening anymore. What about evoke? No, there's no K. Can't do aloof. That would have been fun. Yeah, let's look at double O here. Woody? Woody's a word. I'm gonna try it. Okay, we have learned nothing, and now we're forced to do B and R here, so let's just get what we can. We know there's no R. Oh. I might lose this one just because I don't have any info. Okay, we'll do B-A-R. I guess barge. There's an A. Probably OA. What do we got here? Pretty limited. We can't do a double consonant. Maybe it starts with A? A... There's not two O's. This could be a U. Oh, it can't be about. I should have guessed about instead of Woody. But it can't be it anyway. Oh, it's a Woody with a wormhole clue. So this could still be an O here. But I can't do aloof. How about a foot? No. Oh, quota? Alright, well, I was bound to lose the blind Fusele again at some point. Quota. Yeah, that's tough. I wasn't anywhere near getting quota. That was hard. I just didn't get the info I needed. I'm trying to think like what I could have done differently, and honestly, this was just difficult. Because of the sort of ordering of the constraints, just really made it difficult to get good info. Like I had all gray on my liar guess, but I had to test the lie. This was a reasonable thing to test for the lies. This one just, I had the O in the middle. I had to guess something and it didn't give me any info at all because these letters could still be used elsewhere. This one I had to repeat a letter. And then this one, the nearby clues are not nearly as useful later in the game. Unless you have a specific set of words you're looking at, and I did not. So yeah, that was just tough. And then this BR being forced. Like, I don't know, I couldn't have gotten the Q. I don't even know if I could have gotten the U. If I had done BUR, that would have probably gotten me it. But I don't know what word would be BUR. I think BAR was much more reasonable to guess. So yeah, I'm not unhappy with my solve. It was just very difficult given the info I was given and the order of the clues. So I'm curious how you did on the blind Fusele. Were you able to get quota before failing? But yeah, so I know I'm not upset about it. So I'm just analyzing it. There's a difference. I like to learn from my failures and see what I could have done differently. And honestly, I don't think I would have done too much differently. There really wasn't a justification to try the U in this guess. There was maybe a justification to maybe try to get more vowels or to test the double O earlier. But other than that, I'm a kind of a consonant guy anyway, and the problem is quota only has 2 consonants. Maybe getting the T earlier. T is a common letter, and I didn't get it. I didn't try it till the end, so that's another thing I might have done better. Like instead of frown, getting some of the more common letters out of the way, like the T and some of the vowels. But yeah. Okay, cool. Well, it's a, ending on a failure kind of doesn't feel great, but that's what we're going to do. So if you enjoyed this content, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a comment below. And don't forget, I do need opening suggestions. So words that you'd like me to start with. And I will see you next time.